And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy IV. I'm your host, Nick Magata. And we are traversing deeper into the cavern. And more of these guys. And we got ourselves an ice rod. Now the ice rod is going to be good for probably Tella, since staves in general are just crap. So, yeah, they're crap. And we're walking. Let's see here. So we want to go up and enter this door here. Okay, we're moving. And we're walking down. And another battle. Alright, we want to go down there at the bottom of the screen. Grab some chest gear, 580 gil, and a bomb fragment, which we'll just disperse of soon. Let's keep moving, and we're walking. Lots of battles. Iridia leveled up again, which is always a good thing. And here we want to... Alright, let's see here. It's not there. Let's get this chest. I think I know where it is. Gotta get... potion. What we want to do is come up and around here. Actually, I decided to show this is a new enemy we haven't come across yet. These guys are usually weak to they're usually weak to an elemental of some sort. And usually it's just guesswork, or use scan and find out. But let's see what Iridia comes up with here. I don't think it's that. Let's try ice. See, I don't remember what they all are, but this is how you figure out what's what. It's probably fire. Yeah, it's gotta be fire. Which Iridia doesn't have, so defeats that idea. And they're at the point now where I can probably just melee him to death. So wasting MP, but let's just do it and see for sure. Fire! Yeah, they're weak to fire. 100 points of damage should be enough to explain that to me. And we got a potion for our trouble. Let's keep walking. But yeah, those jellies are definitely there's all different types, and usually one's weak to another. We got a plum hat. Go ahead and put this on Iridia, since her defense usually suffers the most. Yeah. And she needs all the help. Did I do it right? Yeah, she needs all the magic strength she can get. She can muster. Let's go ahead and put the leather here on Tella, which will bring him up to date as well, which is good. So let's keep moving. So up and around, down and through, and then up. Now we're in some kind of north cave area. And I decided to show it. I'm like sitting there going, oh look, is that a new enemy? Yeah, that's a new enemy. So we're doing it. We're up against the alligators. Who normally aren't too bad. There's also another type that comes up that they're weak to ice, not bolt. So you see that did almost really nothing. The alligators get usually 2 attacks per attack, and they can double attack a character, or they can hit a character two characters once. Per turn, so you do want to try to take them out quickly. They are moderately threatening. As you can see, they did 44 damage to Iridia there. So let's go ahead and heal that with a potion. There we go. And we're moving. Now, as you can see, there are 2 chests here, so that we're going to grab them both. Alright, battle 1. We got an ether, and we should be getting... Antarctic Wind. That's a nice item to use on crocodile battles, which I'll probably do. And we're moving, and we're fighting, and we're walking. Before we go through that door, we've got some chests here to explore. A copper hourglass, which will be useful. We get the Shadow Blade. Now, it is an upgrade from the black, so we are going to equip that sucker. We're probably going to leave it on because it is also Dark Elemental. And the next boss we will be facing is weak to dark elemental, so we will do that. Yeah, Tella. We don't need your words of wisdom at the moment, jackass. Let's go ahead and tent up. Sleepy, sleepy, sleep, sleep, sleep. And as usual, after a sleeping period, we will always save. Save we do. So you can see the Cecil's getting stronger and stronger, which is always a good thing. He's down below. So we've fallen, and we're fighting. This is actually, technically, this is a new enemy. Organic toad, or something along that line. These are stronger versions of the Gigan toads we've fought, but they're not too much stronger. Still, well, yeah, they are a little stronger. I thought they shared the same weakness. I guess they don't. But it appears that they can use Toad, which is in itself bad. But we do have Maiden's Kisses. But I think actually, no, I think actually, Tella has. No, he does not. Okay. So he's gonna have to do this on himself anyway. There we go. Now he's feeling around the normal. Starting to feel normal now. See, I also have to remember in the Japanese version they don't hold back. They will use all of the skills that you would see flash on the screen, but nothing would happen. They actually do now. They will use them on you. Dejan? The fuck is Dejan? Like a mustard? And we're walking. And we're fighting. Alright. Used my Antarctic wind to kill a double croc fight there. So, yeah, that's what it's really for. Hades Gauntlet, Hades Helmet. Let's go ahead and equip that, because new gear is always awesome. I just wish there was a way to, like, tab down to the bottom of the list faster, but that's just the way it is. And Hades Arms. And we're walking. So now we get better armor. Yay! And we're moving. Hopefully not into more battles, random encounters. Hades armor and Hermes shoes. Now Hermes shoes are nice, and I saved those. They're pretty much a haste spell in item format. And so really, they're great for when you need that haste and you just don't have the MP, or you just flat out don't have the spell. So I like to put that near the top of my battle ready items, just because it's one of the ones I'm more likely to use first. For that obvious reason. Did I equip the Hades armor? I forgot. Yes, so the only thing we don't have Hades of is the shield, but if I'm not mistaken, there is no Hades shield, so it never got. I don't know if it's not that it got into the game or not, but it probably something along those lines. Just never got into the game, or they didn't make one. Which was a little disappointing. It's a little disappointing because it's kind of like, we want Hades shielded, but that probably would have made Cecil very immune to attacks for whatever reason. So it's very plausible. Now we are in a battle with the Octomammoth, where in the other one it's just called the Octomaw, and it's like, what? Really? Called it that? It's retarded. So instead of using Bolt, we're going to use Chocobo for Redia, and obviously Bolt here, because Tella seems, I believe, has the stronger... Well, not really. But Chocobo should be stronger than Tella's magic output. So let's go ahead and kill this bastard. Bye! Yeah, that's a much more usable spell. More plausible spell for killing this sucker. And pretty much all it is that, you know, you just bash him into the ground. He's not tough. He's not in any means impossible to kill either. You just pummel him into the ground with spells. Specifically Chocobo and Bolt. And then Cecil's sword attack alone is enough to really cause damage. So you can see up in the 190s. So he's not a tough boss, but he is the first legitimate boss after the Mist Dragon. So so you have Mist Dragon and then this guy. So you could take a risk and use Remember, but chances are you're not going to get Bolt 3. I've never even gotten Bolt 2 out of doing it. I've always gotten like Piggy or weird spells I wouldn't normally use in battle anyway. Unless I knew the enemy was weak to it and then exploit it. Chocobo kick. Bam. He's still alive, but he's down to 2 tentacles left. Dead from a Dark Knight. Its movement is slackening. I don't even know if that's a word. Slackening? Beginning to slack, I don't know. I don't think slackening is a word. I'll have to look that up. But sure, we'll go with slackening. I know in other Final Fantasies too, though, in other variations of this game, Tella's Bolt spell does significantly more damage to the Octomammoth. So it is peculiar to see it do like only 80. I always expect more. Now we can proceed to Dam Cyan. Beyond the waterfall is an exit to the surface. Yay! We're out of this dump. God, it only took forever. Now, one of the things I like to do as soon as I get out of here is to go to Tella and take all of his gear off. And if you've played RPGs before, you know why we do this. We do this for a very obvious reason. And if you tell me what it is, you get nothing. I'll just sit there and go, yes, you're right. No. Seriously? It's because he's going to be leaving our party soon. And he takes... And all of the gear that we have acquired through him, obviously we will lose. And I am not a person who enjoys losing gear. I like my gear. Because to me, that equals money and stuff that I can give to someone else. Oops, I'm going the long way in. Uh-oh. Dead corpses galore. Uh-oh, I'm getting a phone call. Alright, let's keep going. Oops, I powered through that, but he's like, oh, I can't see, da-da-da-da. Yeah, he died. Crossbow, plumed hat, another nice piece of gear. And a ruby ring, which are all things we can equip on Rydia now. So the crossbow will be an upgrade for offense, because that's really what Rydia needs the most. She really needs as much towards her offense as possible. Because like I said, that raises her magic. I'd rather have her up in magic. And like my whole thing with Rydia is that I want her to use as little magic as offensive magic as possible. But, you know, so because if I do that, use as little as possible, and we get holy arrows and iron arrows, because of me doing that will ensure that we have MP for major battles. And if there is no major battle on its way, then we'll be okay either way. But I do keep that in mind when, you know, taking care of these things. Let's go ahead and put the 10 iron in there. We're going to hold on to the holy arrows, because eventually Rydia will stop using the bow. It's just for the moment she will continue to use the bow until we are prepared. Oops, I walked out. Yeah, fix that problem. Sorry, I'm getting phone calls a lot, and I'm going to be for the next couple of days, so... I'm not going to cut out as often. I'm going to try and cut out as little as possible to answer my phone. It's business. It's important. It's my income. Jackholes. Hey, we got a tent. Though they took everything else. God, this place was full of money. What kind of castle leaves boxes everywhere? What is this? Anna! No! You're that bard, you son of a bitch, on his dead beacon. Whoa. Yep, that's stuff that was censored out in the American version. He's pissed. I don't know what... Ha! He's only got his fist. You do this to my daughter. No, wait, you don't understand. Old man, calm down. I don't want you to have a stroke. I'm surprised he doesn't start throwing spells. Wait! Listen to me, please. Let me explain it to you. It's not my fault. It's Rick James's fault. He forgot to take his shoes off. You spoony bard. Spoony bard. That always brings me joy. It's like the one insult that got through the censor. Anna, you're still my father. Gilbert, is the Prince of Damcyan. Hide his identity. He came to Kaipo as a bard. Forgive me for running away, father. I love Gilbert, who's actually Edward in the other versions of the game. Controlling the Red Wings. Who's Golbez? I don't know. He was cloaked completely in black and unbelievably powerful. Pillage the castle in order to steal the crystal. You don't say. Well, that was brave of her. A very sad, sad death. Tella is destroyed, and so is Gilbert. To control the Red Wings, and I can only think he's using them to gather the crystals. I will avenge Anna! He's pissed. You can't do it alone. Ooh! I'll kill Golbez on my own. Tella is gone. So that's why we took all the gear off Tella. Uh-oh. Cry, baby. Ooh. Talk about getting your ass told. Just a weakling. In that case, I'll stay here with Anna forever. Oh, I know how he kind of feels. And yes, that probably happened to me too. I just don't remember. And crying like a child will make Anna happy. Stricken with desert fever. To cure her. Moreover, we need your help. My help? Right, for Rosa's sake, please. Aid us, you spoony bard. Before I get somebody to spoon you. His name's Bubba. Cell block number 8. Secretions of the antlion when it lays its eggs. You don't say. Interesting. Well, Prince Gilbert, not Prince Edward, Prince Gilbert has joined the party. Yay! His real name is Gilbert. Gilbert. Wonder where Sullivan is. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Farewell, Anna. May I remember the good, the bad, and the sexy. And into the hovercraft we go. Now the hovercraft we can go over all the shoals, these little reefs here. We can go back to Kaipo, but there's really no reason for us to do that. We've got Tella's gear, so if we need to give Edward better gear, we'll just give him Tella's stuff. You know, and really, he needs a harp to do some of his effective things that are effective. So and he's a back row guy, so he goes into that back row. Look at him. He's pathetic. He's just terrible, terrible statistics. It's actually kind of painful. Now, he doesn't need magic, though. So an iron bangle is actually a better piece of gear. The poet over leather, there's no difference. So I usually leave poet on. Plumed hat is obviously better, or plumed hat is obviously better than the leather gear, the leather hat. So he's just kind of weak. One of the things you can do if you choose to is level him, but there's not really a need to really level him. Now, I'm just being lazy. I could go back and use the healing pots on the same floors where we found Anna, but I'm lazy, so I'm just using a tent, because it's a waste of time. So, yeah. And then we're going to save, and we're going to continue our journey. That leads us into the Cave of the Antlion. So, yeah, we lost a pretty strong mage to gain kind of a jackhole wussy bard. So I'm a little... It's okay to be a little disappointed with that, because Edward is arguably the worst character you will ever get in this game. He's actually considered the worst character you find in any Final Fantasy game. So, we'll see after the battle. Yeah, some of these enemies are going to be tough. Some of them are going to be pretty easy. Here's the yellow jelly. These, I think, are weak to ice. Pretty sure it's ice. One of the reasons a lot of the enemies are weaker, though, in this dungeon is because of Edward's level. So, a lot of... No, it's okay. I was wrong. So, a lot of the stuff that we're going to see happening is just Edward's going to level maybe 3 levels, 2-3 levels by the time we get out of here, hopefully. Because there are enemies that are actually tough in here. That did nothing, didn't it? Yeah. So, and luckily we need to make sure we have a little bit of MP left to get out of here, because we can warp out of here when we're done, which is usually what I do. But, yeah. Edward will be less useless as we get further and further through. You got ourselves a spider's web. I forget what those are exactly, but it's better than a swift kick the nuts. Alright, now we gotta get these chests over here. The one thing that stinks about this cave is that a lot of these enemies are very spread out. A Domovoi is a type of goblin. I don't remember the actual specifics, so blow it out your ass. It's a humanoid goblin thingamajig. We're gonna use Cecil to kill him. Now that I'm thinking about it. Die. There he goes. God damn it, Radia, hit something, broad. Crazy broad. Brrr. Woman attack. Yes, that's better. Alright. The Gilbert Meister gained a level. The reason why it's hard to level Gilbert, too, is also because he dies a lot. He dies very frequently. It's hard to keep Gilbert alive, and especially when you start fighting the stronger enemies that live in this cave. Because they will two-shot him. So he'll get hit once, and then the other one will get a turn and then take him out. So you gotta be very, very... I'm very finicky about Gilbert's health. He needs to be at above 50 HP at all times. Any less than that is pushing my luck to keep him alive. As you can see, a dark spell still kills the 4 goblins. The shame. But once Gilbert gets to about 100 HP, he's usually pretty self-sufficient by that point. This enemy is weak to ice, so we're going to use it. Oops, I didn't mean to double up like that, though. To attack the goblin and the... Hopefully, no. Damn. Well, it's still enough to weaken it pretty heavily. Now, the other thing that Gilbert's got going for him, he's got 2 other things going for him, but they're not really great. They're okay. His harps can cause status effects. Usually. Not all the time, and nor is it consistent. The other benefit is he hits harder, usually hits harder than the other priests do, the mages do with their staves, but not by much. The other thing he can do is that he can use something called medicine, and it will use 4 potions on each character at once, or usually 1 potion divided by 4. It's something along those lines. Here's a basilisk here. We'll dark wave it, and then we'll use, I think it's ice on it. But as you can see, there's like 4 weak enemies, and then there's a strong enemy in the back. No, I guess he's not really weak to ice, but whatever. Redia gained a level, which is good. Toad was learned. There we go. And Gilbert gained another level. And we got a 10 for our trouble. So it's just something you have to... Damn it. And 2 of these guys. So these are kind of the combinations, as you can see, that we will fight enemies in. Just double up here. But he's holding his own. Because he's leveling, he is holding his own. Okay, we're going to use a potion on him, though. I don't want to use any of Redia's MP, and we have a lot of potions right now, so it's probably We'll do one on Cecil as well, so he can keep Dark Sword attacking if he needs to. Let's keep moving down here. And an Antarctic Wind, which we'll use on a 2-turtle combo. You know, the usual. Speak of the devil. Just because it's an easy kill and there's no reason not to use it, really. And since we won't be seeing many bosses right now that are weak to ice, most of them are weak to other elements. So there's also, that's another reason we don't really need to keep it. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is a new equip for Edward, for Gilbert, and it's a stronger harp, the Lamia harp. It's up to 20, and that's higher than Rydia, right? Yep, so now he hits harder than Rydia statistically. So we should start seeing some improvement there, not much, but... And that one has the ability, I think, to cause confuse. The other harp can sleep people, but I don't remember if that's actually accessible in this version of the game or not. So we'll see after the battle. And we're walking. Let's see here. Another copper hourglass for our trouble. Forget if it's this one. Yeah, here we go. And here is a save point. Yay! An emergency exit. So if you don't want to use... I prefer using magic if it's available, but if we are out of magic, then yes, I will use an emergency exit. They are lifesavers when you think you're when you accidentally run out of MP, so you want to try and conserve those as frequently as possible, because yeah, you never know specifically when you're going to need one of those suckers. And since we got it, I'm not too worried about it. Keep moving here. What I want to do is head down this way, but before that we're going to get some more chests. Well, this stuff is really negligible if you really don't want to get it. And we're walking. Okay, nothing over there, so let's start heading south. Really, there should be another chest on the left. No, there isn't. Okay. I was wrong. Here we are at the zenith of the cave. Well, not the zenith, but whatever. Alright. Let's just finish this dungeon here. This is the Antlion's lair. There he is. Antlion is tame. He won't hurt a human. I'll take the light of the desert. And ooh! Hello. Apparently he was wrong, or something is askew, because we're being attacked by the Antlion. Best thing to do is have Gilbert defend. No reason to have him do anything in this battle. Not even attack, because the counterattack will murder him. So just have him sit there. If you want to, you can go ahead and throw medicine up, but you shouldn't really have to, because medicine in itself is pretty weak anyway. So, and then Rydia is going to chocobo this sucker all the way to the ground, because he's not weak to any spells that we have. So, other than Chocobo, and he's not even weak to that. See, I think it's one potion split amongst 4 characters. So it's a really crappy skill. So, and really, this is it. Like I said, these battles are not going to get complicated until later. And if Gilbert, I want to keep saying Edgar. Edward. If Gilbert starts, gets to under 50, use a potion on him, he has to survive this battle in order to be effective, a little more effective later. Ow. So let's go ahead and use a potion on him. Sometimes that counter horn will just attack whatever, so... Counter horn. Ouch. But he should be almost dead. Die. Nope, not quite. Now, I know in other versions of the game that, like I know in Final Fantasy DS, specifically, that Antlion changes his eye color, and based on whatever color his eyes are is based on what he'll counterattack to. So if his eyes turn red, he'll counterattack magic. If his eyes turn white, I think he counterattacks the attack, or vice versa. It's something along that line. But in the original, he will counterattack every melee attack that hits him, which kind of makes you almost not want to use Cecil, but you should. Just do it. His counterattack doesn't hurt him that much. And we received the Light of the Desert. Yay! And it wasn't too hard. Why did Antlion? I don't know. The number of monsters have been increasing of late. Formerly tame animals have started to attack humans. I don't know if this is an omen. Dun dun dun. Alright, so let's go ahead and warp out of here with the Dejon spell, which is what that is, I believe. But actually what it does is it's not quite what we thought. It's not the same as a teleport spell. It's only going to warp us to the last known location. So let's go ahead and use the emergency exit. Warp is good when you've gone to an area that has a save point, and you just want to go back to that save point. That's probably really what warp is useful for. But as far as anything else goes, it's not really that useful. Okay, so we've got two things that we're gonna do. I'm gonna heal up here. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna heal up at Dam Cyan, and I'm gonna show that to you while we have a few minutes left. But pretty much, well, not really, probably not. But anyway, on the next episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy IV, we're gonna need a new character. We're gonna get a new spell. How I knew that is beyond, you know, put your mind to it. We're gonna get a new spell. We're gonna do a lot more. We're gonna see new bosses and all kinds of new stuff. We'll see you there.